Hello everyone and welcome to Great Owl Entertainment, and today is an exciting video because actually this is the
first time we're in the room together.
Yeah, that too. But yeah, no way of saying this really. This is the 1 year anniversary of the channel. It's kind of hard to believe actually.
Woo! I wish we had streamers or like poppers.
Oh, then we'd def have it one. But yeah, it's been a whole year as of recording. It's like only a month, not 11 months. But of course, with these things, it has to be pre-recorded. But yeah, when this video goes up, it will have been a whole year since we started this channel. And yeah, there's no other way of saying it. Just thank you for everyone for tuning in. For those of you who took out your time.
Thank you to our two fans.
Yeah,
Mum, you've been great.
There's no other way of saying it. Just thank you everyone for having tuned in since we started this channel. Thank you for all the support you've given us, and thank you for just taking your own time to check out a video or the channel in general. So the best way of celebrating this anniversary, as it were, is the best thing we could think of, which is to do a commentary. And what better way to start this series off than by doing our commentary for Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Yay. The best for the Fantastic Beasts.
So yeah, just a bit of pre-preparation. What would you say your thoughts are on the first Fantastic Beasts film?
When I watched it in the cinemas, I was like, okay, this is a fun little thing, and it had like potential to be like a good series. But I wasn't like too excited by it because it didn't. To me, Harry Potter, like the franchise, you can watch it time and time again. If I watch this whole series, I can watch it again and again. I won't get bored. I'll never get bored of watching Harry Potter. But the second time I watched this in the cinemas, I got bored. And I've never been bored like that before. So I was like, there's something missing or something wrong or something different with this one that isn't as good as Harry Potter. But it's very difficult to sort of beat the Harry Potter franchise because it's just so like popular and well known and great. But I still like Fantastic Beasts, and they're like, the first one anyway. But yeah, it's fun, but it's not a Harry Potter level quite yet.
Yeah, it's for the first one at least. It was definitely a big departure from the formula that we know with Harry Potter. But I honestly enjoyed it, a lot of it, especially the newer elements that came with the series, especially with the beasts themselves and Newt Scamander, the changing protagonist, which is always nice when you're doing these spin-offs.
Yeah. But
we'll get to the later parts of the series. But yeah, best way to start this series off, we're just going to be doing our live commentary on this movie. And if you can't guess it already, we're not going to actually show the movie because, again, we don't want to get in trouble.
Sorry, Warner Brothers.
Yeah, but what you'll be able to do is that we'll tell you this exact time, and then you'll be able to press play whether on your computer or on your TV, whichever way you want to do it. You can watch it concurrently with us while we're discussing it.
And we're not going to press pause. We're going to watch it from start to finish, just like unedited.
Yeah.
So we have it like first frame of the movie paused. So you should do the same thing if you're watching.
Okay. So without further ado, on the count of go, we'll press play.
By that we mean 3, 2, 1, go. You press play or on go.
Yeah, I think they know.
They don't know nothing, mate.
The joys of prep editing. Okay, so on 3 and then go.
Not on 3, on go. 3, 2, 1 and then go. It's not on 3, it's on go.
Okay.
Okay, you got that, people who are listening?
Hopefully.
And you, or whatever your name is.
Kobe.
Kobe, that's the one.
I'm going to have to bleep that out.
We'll cut that bit out. Or I could just, hang on, Kobe. Add that bit over the top.
We'll try. It's going to be a nightmare to edit, but hey, we'll have fun with it at least. So yeah. So on the count of 3...
No!
Okay.
On go! On the word go, press the button.
Okay, everyone. So on the count of go.
No! Gotta count go.
On go.
Thank you.
We'll all press play.
Yes.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
This is going to be great commentary if we're not speaking. I just watch the movie and be into it. That's the commentary.
To be fair, it's not. You don't have to speak every second. I guess the idea is just to have fun talking about it in general.
Sorry. I won't be singing or quoting for the rest of it, so don't worry.
I will say I do love the score for this movie and the second one.
Again, it's not as like amazing as the Harry Potter ones were because it's John Williams for the first one, so you can't really beat that.
Ooh.
Ooh. What's happening there?
Great way to start this series off. Death.
I mean, if he can just do that, why does he have any problems doing anything else? If he can just kill people like that. Oh, look at all the little Easter eggs at Hogwarts. There's a giggle water thingy. There it is. There's lots of weird things in this, and I think there's like some sort of. There's a character who's mentioned in these newspapers. I don't remember which one it is. Who's like a famous Harry Potter character somewhere.
Huh.
But let's see if I can. I'll see if I can see it and point it out. But it's like. Oh, bloody hell, it was so fast.
1926. Yeah, this is the best way to start exposition, really.
Is it?
Well, yeah, it's not. It's lazy in some form, but it's a lot better than having the characters literally talk as if they were.
Right. How was this picture taken? Who took this picture? That's stupid. I don't like when films do that. It's like a picture that can't have been taken because it's like in the water by someone. But apart from that, I do like this. This bit of music's nice.
Yeah, this is Newt's theme, right?
Yeah, or like the theme of fun.
Yeah, again, kind of what we talked about with Let's Talk. This entire series with Newt should have been its own fun adventure, really.
Yeah.
The music kind of reflects that too, even from the protagonist as well.
Yeah, the sound because we're listening with headphones in. The sound design is pretty nice because you hear the little pattering that you don't usually hear if you're just watching it out loud.
Mm.
There's lots of things that have that. Like if you I think Baby Driver. If you're listening to that with headphones on, the music is like a sort of surround sound. So like whenever things are happening on each ear, that's what you can hear or something. I think that's how it works. Huh. It's pretty cool.
I do like how they went. One of the mannerisms that the actor did to play Newt as being awkward is that he never looks someone directly in the eye. Mm. It's a clever visual way of showing that he's awkward.
He's a bit nervous. Yeah. He also what's his name? Eddie Redmayne. He put like a walk in, like a sort of Charlie Chaplin style walk. So you'll see it like later in this shot where he walks away, but he walks like Charlie Chaplin, sort of like feet slightly out a bit, which is a nice sort of like little character trait.
Yeah, so again, many smart minor details that already set this up to be a great character and a great world to explore.
I'm actually really excited about watching this now.
Yeah. Hey, Hufflepuff scarf.
Yay! The best house.
I can agree, but I can also say Ravenclaw is better.
Look at his walk. He sort of walks with his feet slightly out a bit.
Oh, he does.
Yeah.
Was this actually filmed in New York?
No, none of it was filmed in New York or whatsoever. Like not one shot. It was all Leavesden, which is nice for like us being English. Like, but I guess Americans would be like, "Well, just go film in America." But I guess it's easier and cheaper to film it on a set, and I guess it is Warner Brothers, isn't it? So they have the money for it.
Yeah, and to be fair, if it's that expensive...
Oh my god! Did you see that? There was the chair from Casino Royale. You know when he gets hit in the bum.
What?
You know when he gets hit in the balls, there's the chair that has the bottom cut out of it.
Oh, I didn't see it.
The chair was just there. I'll see if it comes up again. That's quite funny. It's not actually the chair, but it just looks like the chair that they cut. You cut the hole out and you smack him in the balls.
I thought that was actually an Easter egg.
No, of course not. It's not even the same company, is it? It's Warner Brothers. No, it's not the same company. That's MGM.
Ooh.
I mean, what is this? Is this Credence now?
It's got to be Credence.
Why can't we see him though? Like, surely you'd be able to see a big black mass.
It's probably meant to build suspense, make us wonder what is going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is definitely Credence. You can tell by the noise. It's the sound of the obscure.
Oh yeah, you can hear him scream. But surely you'd be able to see the black and sort of grey.
Well,
what's that colour?
They probably
orange.
Yeah, but they probably can. But the idea is to make us surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to say, who's the actor that played the disguise of Grindelwald?
Colin Farrell.
Colin Farrell. Yeah, he's a. I still don't know why they cast him.
Yeah, he should have been. He could have been Grindelwald. He's good at like, even if it was just like, oh, he got a new haircut, or something. I don't know. But like I said in our last video about Fantastic Beasts, I think he should come back, Graves. Maybe as a good guy or a bad guy.
Yeah, I want to see some form of resolution for him at least.
Hey, look, it's Jacob.
Yeah.
I like Jacob.
The Muggle we love to like.
No magic, he's American.
Oh yeah, typical American eating a hot dog. But then again, we do love hot dogs too.
Yeah, they're great.
And our roast dinners.
With rats in them, isn't it? Yeah, like hot dogs have got a sort of a legal amount of rat in them.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I think that's or bugs. Oh no, that's this is completely irrelevant.
I do love this line.
Or the Quidditch bit. Yeah.
It's Two-Face.
Oh my god. He's a bit early, isn't he?
Mm.
Two-Face's granddad, maybe.
Great-great-grandfather or something. Well, yeah, never mind. I was going to ask a Batman question, but honestly, this is not the time for that.
Hey, it's the Flash.
Is he still the Flash, really? After Justice League?
I think so. I think they've said that there's another director, but...
Oh, again?
Yeah.
Again, this film does good world building. It has multiple locations, and it's already we're in a bank. It probably sounds kind of boring when you're trying to describe it, but this entire environment is just so fun to see because we've never seen that kind of thing in Harry Potter outside of the wizard bank.
And it being like a period piece, everyone's like, everything looks cool.
Yeah, well, you're trying to find minute details that are different or stuff that you wouldn't really see from the previous Potter films.
Yeah, well, like like I said in the last one, my favourite sort of bit of these movies is that you can see all of the like Harry Potter things like butterbeer, but in the old-fashioned style, which is nice to see. It does like add world building because it's like this thing that you're used to existed all of this time ago. Where did that come from? Where does the egg come from, man?
It must have big pockets.
Well, he's a Time Lord. Oh, yeah, no, a wizard.
Wasn't Matt Smith considered casting for Newt Scamander at one point?
I don't know, but if it was, nothing much would be different, would it? Because he is sort of very similar characters.
If he had been cast, I wonder if he would have asked them to insistently change the costume. Because his costume does look very Matt Smith-esque.
Well, I mean, this is literally a sort of man with floppy hair wearing a bow tie and a long coat with a box that's bigger on the inside. So...
if he had been cast, they probably would have had an Easter egg in here saying that, is your name Matt? No, it's Newt. Or something Doctor Who-esque to make us think, oh yeah, he was in Doctor Who. Yeah, he was in World War One.
Digging holes and stuff. I don't know. I don't know. I like this bit with the little buggy. Something that I find, like I said, with the difference between this and Harry Potter, the good things about Harry Potter that maybe aren't quite in this one is that even though I think they tried in this with the visual and practical effects of like the beasts, lots of the with this one, it was It's difficult talking and watching something at the same time.
Yes.
So I'm like focusing on what's happening.
Give us a chance, audience. It's our first time. I'm amazed no one can see him.
Maybe
he's the size of a small mouse, right? Or a
no,
large mouse.
he's like the size of a platypus, like a big sort of decent sized thing, like a puppy, I think.
Hmm.
And I think something you brought up in the last one that was wrong is that how can you Accio a person? But with this and the next one, he didn't Accio the person; he Accioed the egg. But, and you can see him like the egg is moving, and then he moves as well. So he Accios the egg, but because he's holding onto it, that's why he comes also.
Maybe, but
no, but that is like I think that's what they've implied, and also later in the scene, Niffler, he Accios the stuff he's holding, not the Niffler, because all the stuff is flying away. So I'll show you later, but I think they have done it right with this one.
They can come up with some loop, I guess, for this one, because to be fair, it's an egg. It's not fully developed. I don't know.
But with an eggshell, you can do it with an eggshell.
Yeah, an eggshell, that makes more sense.
Because it's an eggshell made of silver, so it's like a big metal thing.
Yeah, see, he can Accio the eggshell, and I can get behind that, but he still doesn't say it. But again, we know that wizards can, if they're very talented, they can say it in their heads. But
that's what they in the fifth one. That's what Snape's. I think it's the fifth one, or is it fifth or sixth one? Snape's trying to teach them how to do spells without speaking, and lots of people can, like adults especially, can do magic without saying anything. Which I never had a problem with in these movies.
Yeah, I just think if they made it more clear maybe in this film as well, at least.
Maybe because it's very clear in the books, but it's not clear in the movies of Harry Potter. That's probably why people are having issues with it.
Yeah, but I think the main gripe with the new one was just that he Accioed a living thing, even though it was established in the books multiple times that you can't Accio living things.
Yeah, but that's the thing, because he actually doesn't in this.
In this one, you can. It's a bit of a loop, but you can say that he Accioed the egg, the shell.
Even later on, but I'll point to it when we get to it.
But yeah, that was a cute bit. Yeah, again, I like this introduction to Jacob. It feels natural.
Yeah,
it's nice that it's not a very convoluted mix of situations. It's just a random. Oh, this accidentally happened while you were here. Very convenient and also very, very interesting. His reaction to it is great.
Yeah, he's like, I think he's the sort of Ron of the movies because he can do a great facial expression.
Yeah, again, also with the humour, he's the perfect comedic relief, but he's not. You could say he's a main character.
He just said
funny.
"fucker." That's a swear.
Better than the alternative.
I didn't like this editing of the quick cuts.
Yeah, it's a bit pointless to have a second of her, or was it Newt? I literally missed it, but. There was a bit of a weird editing choice there.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's another great thing, because I had some notes for all this, but I honestly just put it away before we started. But I love again
that picture should be moving.
I think it was moving.
Oh, okay.
I think from the second you could see her tilt her head or something. But yeah, I do like that. Again, Newt's involvement in this film, it's not integral to the greater story of the Wizarding World. Yeah. He just happened to be there. And of course we do...
Well, he isn't, though. He doesn't happen to be there, because isn't he sent there by Dumbledore in the next one? Like, the next one, they explain that he's there because he's doing a Dumbledore mission.
Yeah, they do they retroactively reveal in the second one that, he was there because of Dumbledore. But for this film alone, he just kind of set up this could have been a coincidence. And it plays out as that.
It's the Woolworths
and it's
building.
Nice. Again, I do love that he's a small part for this film, and if they can figure out for the next few films, but his story isn't integral to the fate of all.
Yeah, in this one.
It's just a fun adventure of Newt Scamander.
Which is what it should be. It should have been for the entire thing. For this shot, I think there's too many cars.
Really?
Yeah, because I don't know. I'm not sure if it's historically accurate, but obviously in the past there wasn't as many cars, and I don't think there would have been that much traffic. But that's just my thoughts on the thing. But I don't know if that's actually true or not.
Yeah, because I always thought that that was when cars were becoming big, so they would have had a lot of them.
They were coming big, but only for the rich people. So, like, I guess it is New York, but
Yeah. Oh, that was a good transition. I love the transition, how they get to the American Ministry of Magic. Oh, that score. Again, nice, different. The architecture is just very different from the Ministry of Magic from Britain. Really nice and different.
Well, this is just sort of one tall, massive building, which is nice, which is cool. Like, because the ministries, I guess, is similar. Okay. So, like, this is like really, really CGI, and I don't. It's nice sort of detail, but it's you know.
Yeah, they should have gotten the practical team back.
I know all the elves in Harry Potter have been CGI, but with Dobby, like, Dobby looks like fine. I think, to me, maybe not, but again, maybe I'm biased.
Do you think this film could have worked if they didn't do Grindelwald?
Well, Grindelwald is sort of like a main bit in this movie without realising, but I think they probably could have worked around it.
Yeah, because I don't know. I remember seeing this scene in the trailers and people freaking out, saying, oh, "They mentioned Grindelwald. Is something going to happen with him?" And of course,
yes,
we find out there is. But part of me always did wonder, what would have this story have been? More simplified, yes, but do you think they could have retroactively changed it? Because again, going back to the previous video, I always feel like the Grindelwald stuff could have been its own movie.
Well, yeah, it could have been the Dumbledore series. It's not Fantastic Beasts. With this bit, I thought it was weird that she went straight to the like minister, or the president, like rather than going to like the head of department. Just like,
I guess the idea is that she's very eager to win their favour back.
But like, surely she'd know that wouldn't be appropriate, right?
Or maybe she didn't. To be fair, she didn't know that they were having a meeting. Maybe.
Maybe.
Or maybe it was just an excuse to have the characters briefly cross paths.
These could be really important letters, and they've just been destroyed. I've actually got my own one permit because you get there's a Fantastic Beasts sort of art book and or scrapbook, and in the back of that is a one permit, and I filled mine out.
Oh.
I think did I do it as my character or as me? I think I might have done it as me.
Yeah, it's a name drop. Well, no, technically not. He just acknowledged the book.
Fantastic Beasts, not magical creatures.
Yeah, I wish. Jumping forward a bit, I'm afraid. Hold on, man.
Co-worker.
He's their boss, right?
Yeah. I think his character design, Graves, is really cool. Like, he looks cool.
Yeah, I do love the little nod they have with his hairstyle there. It's almost mirroring Grindelwald's.
Yeah.
So you could almost say that's a little tease for he could be the bad guy when you look back on it. But again, he looks so much better as the bad guy. Again, if they switched it,
he's good as sort of like an anti-hero because he's supposed to be like on the good guy's side, but he's like sort of against them, and I like that sort of aspect of it.
Again, going back to what I think we said earlier, if he was the bad guy, if he was the face of Grindelwald, and they had Johnny Depp in this role now, I think they would have been
anyone else.
Yeah, there would have been still been an uproar if Johnny Depp was in the film, but not as much of one as there was if he was not the face of Grindelwald. Because again, I'm glad he's sort of cleaned up his act now, but again, there's always going to be that controversy surrounding.
Are we going to see the grandma again? Or is she dead? I don't know. How does it work?
Yeah, we literally thought we were talking, didn't see it, but I don't know. I can't really imagine Jacob's family getting involved in this story. If that's the way they're going.
Yeah, probably not. I just like the grandma's picture, it's quite funny. I really don't like the Murtlap design because it looks really weird.
Imagine if this was a horror movie.
Yeah, that's a weird looking. Like, I always was like really confused when they were left out because you can't see any of them except for that one, and I thought it was like a direct. So like you can't see it, and I thought it was like, oh, we're not supposed to see what they are until it happens. But I guess that is one. But I just thought it was weird. It's like, why are they all invisible?
Yeah.
I guess one of them is actually invisible, but you don't actually see the other ones.
Yeah, it's almost be a tease for us to see what they're going to look like in the end, even though some of them were kind of spoiled in the trailer.
Yeah, that always happens with movies. Like, oh, there's a massive tease, but you know what's happening anyway because of the trailer. I never liked any of this. This subplot is really sort of depressing.
Yeah, again, this is where this film does kind of clash with its tones, because it does better than Crimes of Grindelwald, I'll give them that, but still we're enjoying this whimsical world of Harry Potter in New York, and all of a sudden,
and now we've got like Muggle kids who are orphaned who are getting food with the really depressing witch hunter
who abuse children.
Yeah, I really hate. I don't like this character.
Yeah,
her face annoys me.
Yeah, okay.
What does it mean, witch's mark?
It's just a cut on the head. But leave the kid alone.
I like the Billy wig. It's a cool design.
What can this bug do? Because did we ever get? I might be just remembering. Did he ever catch that in the film? Later in the film.
Oh no, does he? I don't think he does actually. Does he?
Because he spots it here, and again later in the film, I think. But I can't remember. Oh, poor police.
And no one notices him running in. That's quite funny.
Yeah, I do. Upcoming scene. I do wonder how they explain this, because Newt fixes the wall as we're about to see. But
that everyone's looking at.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of odd.
Yeah, and sure they say that they raised everyone's memories later in the end of the film, but I think wasn't that only for that day or the last few hours? Because that skips over a few hours later. Yeah. How has no one seen this?
It's magic. It's because it's magic, invisible magic.
We'll get into the beasts. Just look at the magical beasts. Don't focus on logic.
That sound design was really nice. Like every time I watch this, it's like so satisfying. I love that line. That line from when I watched the trailer, I was like, "This is like a Harry Potter, like thing, and it's like a big deal." I don't know why, but that one little line was like, "Wow."
Very British. Although, going back into that teaser trailer, if everyone goes to that teaser trailer now and looks at it, just in that trailer when it cuts to Newt doing casting a spell before the title goes, you hear voices in the background. It might just be me, but I swear you can hear McGonagall saying "Mr. Smith" or something. And I don't know why, because I've always wondered what is she saying.
That's my favourite. He looks like Wallace and Gromit when he said hello. Sorry. What McGonagall was doing what in which in this trailer?
No, if you watch the first Fantastic Beasts teaser trailer, when it cuts to Newt casting a spell, you can hear voices in the background. I mean, it's meant to build up hype for the trailer at the end of it, the stinger. But it sounds like Professor McGonagall saying something, but it might just be me.
I'll have to rewatch that.
Yeah. Let me know in the comments what you think if I'm hearing. Oh, poor Jacob. Okay, so it is.
That's so rude.
Hurtful, lady.
Oh my god.
What have I done to you? But yeah, so British law for the wizarding world is you're allowed to marry muggles.
Yeah, it's progressive because we're progressive.
Hey,
Never
escaped.
This was like, I think this is a nod to the third Harry Potter, isn't it? When the
It
invisible
is, yeah.
lollipop is stolen from little Neville. And I really like the eyes in this. That's really cool. But really, really creepy.
Yeah, this is a nice tease for the monsters.
Yeah.
You just know that some people who did see that ended up writing stories about ghosts. Wouldn't it be cool if some of the interactions accidentally caused famous writers to come up with stories that would today be considered classics?
That's probably a thing in Harry Potter, though, right? Like how the Loch Ness monster is actually a kelpie. Like, I'm sure there's some sort of thing where a magical thing has tempted an author to write stuff like magical monster stuff that is actually just Harry Potter, like that can be explained easily.
Or maybe Lovecraft was walking down the street, saw those eyes on a painting, and thought, "I'm seeing things. I'll call it Cthulhu."
Why has it got a baseball bat? Yeah, there's this. Like I said before, this subplot is just so boring.
Yeah, I can see. I actually don't mind it, but yeah, it wouldn't need to have been. Although, to be fair, I'm glad they set these characters up later on, because to have him because we know he gets killed by Credence later. So if that was his if that was his introduction, it would be a bit kind of weird. Whereas with here, it's kind of set up that yeah, he's the mayor's son. He's running for election.
The man is the head of the paper. I think that's how it is.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, the Salem stuff wouldn't need to be so extensively focused on, I guess. But these characters, it was just nice to have them set up. And this bit, I do love that they're focusing on the little girl. So it's already setting us up to think that she's involved somehow with these disasters happening. Also, nice casting. I can't think of the actor's name because he looks too much like Bill Skarsgård's father, who's I think he plays Eric in
Selvig, yeah.
Eric Selvig in the MCU, but it's not him. But I've seen him in some other things, and I do love him. He's a great actor. Great.
He looks like Christopher Walken to me, but he's not. I forget his name. But I don't. This bit. Where it's like he's supposed to be like either going to be the president or the mayor or something, and he's a dick. It's like, dude, what do you mean? You want to be a popular person with the people, popular person with the people, but he's just calling them freaks. Like, don't.
Yeah, but at the time, the upper class, and at the same time, you've got people running around saying there's magic out there.
Well, still, you don't need to be a knob.
Yeah, I know.
I guess fair enough.
Oh, poor Jacob. What do you think's going through his head right now?
At least he's so good at face pulling. What's the point of the lines when you can just make the clothes fly, and when you can just dry the clothes with magic? Sorry.
Ooh.
I think she's the prettiest Harry Potter person in any of the movies. Not that means. Not that gives her worth. Not that we're rude or anything. It's my opinion. I'm sorry.
Quite an introduction, I'll say that.
She's going up with Hopper.
From Stranger Things? Yeah, David
Harbour.
David Harbour?
Yeah.
Really?
They're going out, yeah.
Oh.
They're either going out or they're engaged or they're married. One of the three.
Well, either way, very lucky you, David Harbour. If you're conveniently watching this somehow.
I don't think he will be.
Oh no. You never know though. Who could be watching? It is YouTube after all. Yeah, I do admit, when I first saw this, I didn't like her voice. But it's grown on me.
I was just sort of like entranced.
Yeah. I'll give her that. She's a good actress. The voice just didn't really click with me the first time.
That's so racist, how dare she?
Well, we British are known for our accents. his face. Yeah, again, it's a nice way to set up characters and introduce them to the story. Very simple. Like, just come over for dinner, get to know each other.
Again, it just looks very CGI. I think that's all CGI. They could have easily done that with. Look at that. What's that? Is that supposed to be a napkin? It just looks like. I think that is my sort of one of my main criticisms with this movie is like everything's just so CGI'd.
Yeah,
like they can make that with practical effects really easily.
I mean, do we know how long it took them to edit this movie?
Well, probably a year. It usually takes a year.
Yeah, because they filmed it all the year before it was released, I think. So they would have had a year to edit it. So it is kind of a bit annoying that it all looks so computer generated.
But it could have easily been.
I mean, this scene is.
Yeah,
I do love it. I do love the way of making food so quickly, but that's true. Does not look real.
But isn't it okay? Isn't this against the?
I'm not trying to be promoting here, but honestly, but I remember reading in the very popular Harry Potter and Days of Future Past story where Harry can, in summary,
Harry Potter Days of Future Past is like an X-Men crossover.
No, it's essentially a story written as far back as 2005. Again, I'm not trying to promote it here, but just explaining. But yeah, in short, Harry is a dark future where Harry goes back in time, and he basically inhabits his younger self's body. So yeah, very back.
How's this relevant to food?
But yeah, the main point I was getting at is that in that story he conjures up food for Sirius Black when he runs into him.
Yeah.
And the character acknowledged that, wow, you have to be a very advanced wizard to be able to conjure up food magic like that. So
yeah. Well, because in the books it's one of like, is it Gantz or Gaunt? No, it's not Gaunts, but it's like one of Gaunts. That's Riddle's family. But it's like Gant's law of elemental magic or something. You can't conjure up money or food.
Yeah. I guess you can.
I guess that is just a little nitpicking thing, though.
Yeah. Do they explain how Grindelwald can see things?
He's just sort of like a.
I mean, I know that there are prophecy like people who have visions in this world.
Yeah, I think he's like that.
Is he?
I think so.
I just wonder how, if he has that gift, how did he not see literally Credence, who is the Obscurial?
Well, because he said that his sort of vision was blurry. Because he had the vision, but it's like he knows like what the power is and stuff, but it's just he can't see properly. I think that's what he said.
I guess.
And I think in the next one, when he gets the skull vape thingy, that just sort of that doesn't make his visions happen. It just sort of makes them visible,
visualized.
Yeah.
She always seems to have an angry face on for the first half of this movie. I mean, I understand you're going through some things with work in your own life, but it it did put me off when I first watched it. It's like, do you ever smile? Ugh. I'm probably gonna get crucified on the internet for saying that.
I love this. This is so funny.
Oh. Goddamn backwards of laws. I liked her face response there. It's also nice that, yeah, even in the Wizarding world, not everyone knows these magical beasts, at least at this point.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I guess because he hasn't written the book yet, has he?
Yeah, and Newt was still discovering fantastical creatures there. I mean, do we know if hippogriffs have been discovered around this time?
I have no idea. Maybe.
Because if not, I do hope if in a future film they give a subplot maybe that he finds a baby hippogriff.
Oh no, it's not going to be Buckbeak. They can't do that.
Oh no, not Bugby, but again,
I love that line.
We get
Coco.
Yeah, that's the problem with these commentaries. You have to really stuff to say while also trying to watch the movie.
I love it.
Oh, the first moment of the most iconic laugh ever.
Oh, he's so great. He's such a good actor.
Oh, damn this chair. Yeah, I do love this scene.
It's like he's going mad. It's so funny. There's a bit coming up in this scene. See if you can spot it, where he has a jacket on, then the jacket's gone, and then he's got a waistcoat on, then the waistcoat's gone, and then the next thing he's got the waistcoat back on again.
Oh, a bit of an editing error.
Yeah, a bit of editing and shooting error, but yeah, it's like everything just sort of goes away.
Oops.
Oh man, it's so funny. I think that, and I thought at first that was Newt grabbing his legs, but that was just the magic of the case sucking him in.
Really?
Yeah, because like you know how our infant gets in, he gets sucked in. That's what I did for that. So look, okay, he's got his waistcoat. He's just on his waistcoat, and then like later on, the waistcoat's just vanished, and then it comes back again.
I do like the little the
wand
latch
holster.
he has on the wand holster.
Yeah.
Because I think in
and this scene really. Oh, sorry, you go ahead.
Because I think in
the
see
first child.
again.
No, look, where's his thing on?
Oh, there it is. Yeah. So he's not wearing the waistcoat.
But yeah, this scene's really great because it shows that when he's by himself in his own habitat, by that I mean his little hut, he can just do things. Like he's so like smart with all this like
he looks like
herbology and stuff.
He looks like a sophisticated scientist here.
Yeah, and because he's Hufflepuff, he's like herbology, isn't it?
Mm.
This is Yo-Yo. This thing he's about to do is a bit of a dick move. It's like, wah!
Jump scare.
Fucking hell, don't get away from me, man. But I just love it that he finds it funny because he's like he doesn't understand proper like social interactions.
Yeah.
But yeah, in the next scene he's gonna have his waistcoat back on.
I love this scene.
And the music.
Again, this moment kind of encapsulates what the Fantastic Beasts franchise should have stayed as.
So there's his waistcoat back on again. You see, he's got a magic umbrella. That was actually, I think, Eddie Redmayne's idea, because he was supposed to like be in rain in this, and they were like, "Oh, if he's going to be getting soaked, he's going to be soaked for the rest of the movie because the movie only happens in one night." So I think it's Eddie Redmayne's idea to get a magical umbrella so he didn't get soaked.
Oh, cool.
Which does kind of contradict with later in the movies when wizards just use regular umbrellas.
Yeah, maybe it's an opinion thing.
But like you see, I don't know exactly when, but you see people using umbrellas. Oh yeah, in Hogwarts they use umbrellas. I guess that's students, don't it?
Yes. Again, you probably have to learn that magic.
Yeah. But it's just it's not like a canon. Well, it isn't a canon now because it's in the movies, but it's not like a book thing that J.K. Rowling came up with. He came up with it. So You have to sort of take it with a grain of salt, I guess.
And his interactions with the beasts is just so lovely to watch.
There's a bit that's going to come up where he does a sort of like a call to get one of them out, but it's so funny because it's so random. He just sort of does it. It's like, oh my god, why?
Yeah.
I think you'll do it. It literally was taken like this. It's like, why?
Again, it just adds to the whimsy of this moment that makes me love it even more.
Oh, one of my
3 years, I still can't remember any of these
2016.
creatures' names.
I only know the Fruiper because I read it in the book the other day.
These ones are cool.
Oh, it's the Ood Horse.
Oh god, it's Cthulhu. This is what Lovecraft saw.
That's a nice like character thing where he's saving all the animals and like these are the last ones.
Again, it's a nice different thing for our main character to be. He's not the chosen one. He's not anyone important. He's just a zookeeper.
There he is, the Fruiper. He's just 3+.
Oh, damn it!
There, he's the best one. That's the best. Oh, he's so cute. I love that.
Is that in the books?
It's not in the books, but it's in the Fantastic Beasts book. So it's before this movie. So yeah,
Okay.
I guess.
That was a cool transition.
Yeah, bit weird though, a bit of CGI looking. I like all the different designs of the Bowtruckles also. I wish we saw them in the Harry Potter movies because like wasn't it Grubbly Plank?
Yeah, wasn't it the
showed them?
There was like the Horn Blasters or something. They were meant to be in Goblet of Fire or Prisoner of Azkaban, but they cut them.
Wait, Hornblast, huh?
I'm remembering it wrong, the name of course, but Hagrid was meant to have class with them, and Ron comments on them, and they.
The Flubberworms, it's the Flubberworms or the thing that Hagrid makes, which is the Blast End Discreet.
Blast End Discreet, that's it.
They put that in the ride, and there's a new Hagrid ride. They've actually put that in, which is cool. Yeah, these things. When you watch the behind the scenes, they actually made these as physical things, like things you can actually hold. But because they CGI'd over it, it doesn't look like holding anything. I mean, like he looks like he's not holding something, but it's there.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean, like looks like weightless.
Yeah, you can tell this is a green screen.
Yeah, but I mean the background I don't mind because obviously that's going to be a green screen. But it's just the thing they're holding could easily be a practical thing that someone could be puppeting.
Yeah, they could have maybe given some more time for the CGI.
No, but not even. I'd wish they hadn't used CGI as much. I wish they'd done practical effects, because practical effects like they did in Harry Potter, some of the Harry Potter anyway, it just makes it look so much more real because it is real because it's actually there.
Yeah.
But actually, when you're thinking about it, all the beasts in Harry Potter are CGI though, like the pixies and Dobby and the hippogriffs.
Yeah, but to be fair, you can tell that there was more time given to some of them
because they do look great. But it's weird though because like
again, it's all about timing, really. How much time do they have to render this and make things look good?
They had as much time as they want because they didn't need to have a schedule for it, did they? Well, for the first one especially, they could have just spent time making it and not told anyone.
Oh, another Easter egg here.
What, the Grindylow?
Yep.
See, Grindylows.
There we go.
I like Grindylows, they're cool.
This guy's cool.
The frog lion. Yeah, it's surprising that none of his beasts have killed each other like in this.
There's probably a magical charm protecting them or something. These guys were weird when I first saw them.
The moon clump moon. I mean,
oh, this one's cool. Again, I really want to see a Fantastic Beasts story take place at the Bermuda Triangle. Ooh. Oh no, we've suddenly transported to the edge of nowhere.
it's a cool like the design of the walls where it's like a fabric wall, but from behind, but in front of it, it looks like it goes further. It's like the paintings, I guess, in Harry Potter, where they look like they're real because they are, but it's a painting. Maybe that's the same sort of technology. Not technology, but that's the sort of same thing that you used.
I've just realised, but why is the obscure set in a snowy environment? Do you think it's just a visual thing?
Maybe. But maybe they prefer the cold, like the Mind Flayer. He likes it cold.
Maybe, because it actually just came to me, I wonder if one of the films will be set in the Antarctica environment, if this obscure story is to not end in 3. As if from what we think it will do.
No! No!
Oh,
Here.
God.
Everyone's dead.
Oh,
There's always a bigger fish.
And there goes my protection charm. Roll out the window.
Yeah, but like, you know, in the prequels, there's always a bigger fish.
You knew you'd find a way to fit in a Star Wars reference somewhere. Yeah, you've never been to New York,
He's
man.
English. He's English. Of course he doesn't know where Central Park is. Do you know the Police song, Englishman in New York?
I haven't, actually.
It's a good song, but it's like, that's him. It's an Englishman in New York. Wow. They played it in the Manhattan one with Pat Smith in Doctor Who.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the Weeping Angel one.
Oh, cool.
Angels Take Manhattan, that's the one. They played it in that movie, in that episode.
Because I know they sung Illegal Alien at one point.
That's the song.
Oh, is it?
Mm.
Oh, yeah. Cool. Whimsy.
Yeah, it's like, oh, nice, happy scene.
Now here's this.
Now here's the dark scene. It looks like it's in black and white. I still had a thought with when they made these movies. I don't think they should have had David Yates directing all of them, because he was a really great director. He directed all the last Harry Potter movies, the last 4 or 5 of them, right?
Yeah, he took over in Order of the Phoenix, and he was there from then on.
Yeah, so the last, I can't do maths. However many that is, the last couple he did them, and they're really great. And he did the first one, and this was great. But I think they should have had different directors. Maybe each one be different, and then maybe come back for the last one. But I still had a thought that. Hang on. Tim Burton maybe could have done one, because I know Tim Burton's weird, but there's a Tim Burton in the character in the next one, you know. Because Johnny Depp could have done something with that. But even if it wasn't Tim Burton, anyone else, but I think the music should have been done by Danny Elfman, which is he does all the music for Tim Burton movies, because his music is really great, and he could have done a proper fantasy Harry Potter different soundtrack.
Maybe.
But I don't remember who did it for this, but I think it's the person who's done the last one and then all the other ones.
Dun 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 dun.
We don't know Jaws.
But yeah, going back to what you said, I can't imagine. I mean, after Dumbo recently, I don't think he's.
Was that him?
Yeah, he's doing that new Dumbo movie.
I thought it was Guy Ritchie.
Yeah, I think. Well, maybe he's probably just producing it, but he's involved with that. He's involved with that regardless. I don't think he's done anything good at all since the 90s.
Yeah,
unless you.
Well, good though.
Yeah,
That's Danny Elfman.
The only thing I liked about the new Alice in Wonderland films was the trailer music for the second film. Sorry,
Yeah.
the Sweet Dreams variation, I think, or was it just like Fire? It's not the best song. It's catchy.
Oh, there's a thing I literally just remembered from looking at the sign on the wall on the jewelers. Do you remember just back then when the Demiguise was walking around and you see he's on the eyes? He steals the lollipop.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's a thing I should have mentioned then. On the sign with the eyes, there's a thing that says something Lima, which is a reference to the person one of the two people who works on all of the Harry Potter movies, and this one doing the graphic designs.
Oh really?
You know, the House of Mina Lima, where all the every sort of visual thing you see in the movie is made. He was one of them, and he put his name in the thing, which is nice. It's just
cool.
a nice sort of nod, because he's a proper The House of Mina Lima is like the husband and wife, Mina and Lima,
Oh.
who done all like the logos or anything. Well, not the logo for the movie, but the logos for like the props.
Cool.
But I did take you to the House of Mina Lima, right?
Yeah. This scene, again, clever use of humour.
Proper slapstick.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
It's not being overtly funny, but it's also being subtle about it. Again, Jacob's reactions.
Yeah, and it's good that we're seeing it from Jacob's perspective and not just like a random.
Uh-oh.
Is that like a dragon or something? Like, what was that noise?
Something bad. Oh no, he's caught the Lion King in there.
But why was he scared? He was just in their case.
No, I guess the idea is that
He's scared of getting out?
He doesn't want them to escape.
Yeah, this bit you'll see that he doesn't. He echoes all the stuff, and then all the stuff makes him fly back.
Yeah.
So it's not actually echoing the Niffler, which people I think probably assumed.
Maybe, but again, they don't. In the scene itself from the second one, they don't establish he's got anything inside him, in his pouch. So.
In which one?
In the second one.
Oh yeah, in the second one, yeah, that's wrong. Yeah. Because in this one they actually did it so it was.
With this scene, yeah, it makes more sense.
Yeah, with this one, but in the second one, yeah, I remember that because the second one's rubbish and no one should like that one. But but yeah, with this one, it was because all the stuff is everywhere. He was echoing the jewels and not the Niffler.
That way, officer.
That's really funny.
Oh my god, this is a Lion King remake.
That looks good, because that's probably like a real line that they just CGI'd in.
Yeah.
So it's a proper effect, that like a practical effect that they put in. Looks good.
Ostrich!
All of those police officers are now dead. They've all been killed by that lion, or the lion's been killed by them.
Oh.
So, I mean, they just sort of cut away from that, you know? What? Oh, he's got a Quidditch hat. I wonder if that is a hat for Quidditch. That'd be a nice, like, sort of nod.
Yeah, and he said he was a chaser.
Yeah. But I don't think...
Lovely panning
I don't
shot
think he
here.
actually did Quidditch, though. Newt. I know he said he was doing it. He was a chaser, but I think he did that as a joke.
I don't know. I do like the idea of young Newt Scamander showing everyone off by doing his skills.
Could you
as a
imagine
chaser.
Newt Scamander doing Quidditch? I cannot.
I can imagine him not being good at it, but the fact that he tried would have been cool.
Well, we'll never know because they've already done all the backstory and it's rubbish.
Yeah. Again, preparation. You think it's going to be something horrifying.
It's a monkey.
And a rhino.
Oh, yeah. Did you hear that? It's the Harry Potter theme.
Yeah, I do like that. Uh-oh. Poor hippopotamus. This scene...
I don't like it. I really don't like it.
I do admit, I don't like this scene, mostly just because it feels almost unnecessary.
Yeah.
Because it feels extended.
I feel so sorry for Eddie Redmayne having to do this scene.
The music too, it feels very...
Crap.
sensual. Again, it's good at demonstrating how skilled Newt is in this environment, and he clearly knows them, but at the same time it does go on a bit.
Yeah.
Isn't she going to be a female?
Why is he doing a pig noise? It's such a...
Again, his reaction is our reaction. Oh, so close. Don't do anything stupid.
Where are there fish?
Damn it, Jacob.
Where did the fish come from? Ah, I see what that makes sense. Okay.
Run. Run for it.
It's a weird design. Like, the eyes of them.
Oh, he'd be dead if he stayed not moved. This music's nice.
Yeah. How'd he get up that tree, man?
Must be a skilled climber.
That monkey was a wizard. Did you see that? He did magic and everything.
What did that tree do to you? Oh, she's serious.
Did you hear that noise? That noise. Genuine. That noise was taken from Harry Potter.
Really?
Yeah, that noise was taken when the Whooping Willow was attacking Harry and Hermione.
Never,
That's a genuine, like... I really like that, because it's like...
genuine small reference.
Yeah. Because it's a tree moving, which is what that happened, but it's from Harry Potter, which is like, it's just a nice little...
And there's the magic pulling the creature in. And even now he's not looking him in the eye. Yeah, again, it feels very... Again, this entire story so far and how they met and now that they've introduced themselves to each other, it feels very genuine, their friendship.
It had so much potential to be a really great, fun franchise full of whimsy and like it had the same effect as Harry Potter. Like with this bit is really funny. Like it's just sitting on the case of the stuff you're opening. That's just like a funny little thing. But in the next one, it's just like, well, we'll get to it because we're gonna watch it. But it was just
now back to the Grindelwald / Dumbledore / Credence subplot.
The most boring.
It's not boring. It's just it doesn't need to be part of this story. Jumping a bit forward here, sorry, to Crimes of Grindelwald. But again, the second film could have easily been its own solo adventure with Newt and the gang, and they could have had some interesting direction to how they got back together instead of
and just
everything that will come.
The proper sequel to this movie, and not the sequel to the Harry Potter timeline.
Yeah, again, I don't mind the scene because it is important for the Credence story. It's just, doesn't really. Not saying it doesn't fit the tone, but it just doesn't really feel.
Do you feel like it's like been shoehorned in just to make a subplot of evilness?
No, I just think that it doesn't need to be. I don't know. Again, it's hard to really explain. I just feel like this entire subplot could have been shortened down. Because I love this moment, cutting all the lights out, adding the sense of dread of what's coming. It's good, and this scene could have worked with that. But it just. I'm struggling trying to think of words because I'm trying to watch the scene at the same time. But
have you heard the theory that Dumbledore's Deluminator was made from Credence?
What?
Because you see when he just turned out all the lights, that's what the Deluminator does. So that and the theory that there's a bit of Credence in the Deluminator, and that's how it powers it, and that's how it works.
Oh, interesting. But yeah, I don't think so because we saw in a cut scene from the trailer that he has the Deluminator.
But like it would just be a nice sort of like little things like that. Well, I mean, it would be like the solo effect of how everything was been made by something else that is in this story. But it's like that. It's cool for like an interesting way of explaining how it was made.
Yeah, this scene coming up, clearly CGI. Very horrifying though.
That's not a bad CGI though, because that's like something you.
Well, you could tell it was a ragdoll figure.
Look at that guy in the background. He just looks chunk.
God. But yeah, I just feel like, again, this feels very detached from the whimsical story that we've just had. That's what I was trying to get to. It just feels very...
Oh, yeah, it just seems like the two things can be...
If, kind of the main Harry Potter films, if it was built up more, because the early films were very family-friendly, sort of kids whimsical, and the later films took that more darker approach. This film just decided to kick off with
both
family-friendly... Yeah, with both, essentially. So if they maybe handled it a bit more smoother, it could have been less jarring.
Deep.
Wouldn't you know of these meetings? Well, then again...
But she being a dick, though. She was being nice to them, and now she's just trying to out them. How dare she?
Yeah, to be fair, yeah, she wouldn't have known. She's for this meeting.
See that lady there? She has a line of thing, but she's like a popular actress in like English TV, but she's like one line and a character that there's like no point in it, which I think is just weird that they've cast her as that actress and not just a random actress that isn't well known, if you know what I mean.
I guess, but then again, she's a TV actress compared to a lot of the big names they have in this movie already.
Well, yeah, but it's just like for us, it's like, oh, that's that character. I wonder if she's going to be in it again. No, she has one line. You see the English Minister of Magic in this scene, which is nice.
Yeah, I do apologise for my later remark, because yeah, she might not have known, but at the same time, she's been out since... She hasn't been back to the ministry since earlier, so I take back my accusation from earlier. Yeah, I do love this bit too. And people think it's going to be someone important. It's just, oh, it's Newt Scamander. No one reacts. Because he's a zookeeper. He's not one important. He's not Harry Potter. And then the Muggle. That's what causes the talks.
How do they know it's a Muggle?
Magic, probably. Probably can sense there's no magic within him.
But that's not a thing that's been... This is the English Prime Minister of Magic. I like that. I think that is a sort of foreshadowing for the Dumbledore thing in the next movie. So I think that they planned it to be a Dumbledore related thing, but
That reaction shot is great. God damn it, woman! He knows what he knows. Don't need to blame. That was cool.
Well. Why have they got the same outfit? It's weird.
No, it's not that similar.
No, the people in the background, they've got the same suit and the same coat. It's weird. They've all got like Matrix jackets on.
Thought it meant to be some parallel or something. He's dark. He's good. I like this scene. Nice character moment for Newt. Another great moment for explaining exposition. That doesn't feel out of place. This tie back to the Salems, it's an interesting direction. Again,
Is it?
yeah, it's adding history to a period that we're never going to see visualized on screen because it's a bit too depressing.
Oh.
But again, the fact that it ties into a subplot that's very, very much depressing. Again, if it had been worked into a later movie, maybe it could have, and maybe they seeded it in this film. Like they could have had posters around the place. They could have had that woman maybe seen preaching a few times, and then go into a later film where they have more focus on the other characters like Credence and others. Maybe they could have then gone out with all this other stuff. Again, the good misleading. I actually genuinely did believe, because I remember her casting was, I don't think it was big, but it was definitely this young actress who's been cast in the role. So I always thought it was going to be important. She was going to be the bad guy or something. How would you know though? How would she know?
Just saying that.
Oh, true. I won't say her name for personal reasons why, but I did know someone who actually did try auditioning for that role.
Oh yeah.
I think you might know her too, but she didn't get it sadly.
This
this just want to screen cap this shot and add on fans after feeling betrayed from Star Wars.
the bit in this where it's like you'll be sentenced to death. It's like, dude, that's a bit much. But also, just kill him with the Avada Kedavra curse. You don't need to have some really obscure, weird, like hallucination. That's not what. What's the word I'm thinking of?
Hallucination.
Hallucination. I don't know if I'm saying the word right. You know what I mean.
Neither of us are.
The memory weird goop that kills you. What's that? Just kill him with one.
Let's just stop.
No, but you know what I mean though. It's the weird. It's like the goop memory.
Yeah, we'll think of it when it comes to us. Part of me does wonder, alternatively, if there's a story out there where Newt is a bad guy and Grindelwald recruits him.
Well, like a fan fiction.
Probably.
Yeah, it probably is.
Yeah, watching this scene does kind of give me the idea that, what if Newt's agenda was more sinister? I wonder how Grindelwald would react to that. Especially if he found this. I need more water.
We did find that, because that is Grindelwald there.
Yeah. Nice little subtle nod there. She can read minds. She's not a telepath, though, is she?
No.
Because I do wonder how she could have heard her. Unless she's.
Unless she can sense her sister. I don't know.
Probably.
But yeah, just kill them with your wand. You have a wand. Kill them with your wand.
That's it. The pensive. So
that's not a pensive, but that's the memory goop. It's like
pensive. So it's a variation of a pensive.
Maybe, because it's like sort of goopy stuff. But
It takes your memories and forges it into a vision.
yeah, but like, just don't.
Just
Just kill her with the wand that you have in your hand. You don't need to use this weird, convoluted way.
maybe there's some underlying message that they like to make them suffer because this is for prisoners. Remember?
Yeah, but it's like he said kill them immediately, and it's like
Again,
this isn't very immediate.
maybe the idea is that, again, just trying to explain it for them. Maybe the excuse is that if, like, say, they had protection charms on them and they didn't want it backfiring on the executioner. Probably was their way of saying, you go in there voluntarily. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's still stupid.
Oh yeah, but probably their way of just basically getting without blood on their hands. Clever. God damn it, Coco, please be quiet. Again, she's such a good character in this film. She was feisty but kind-hearted. Her direction in the next film, we'll get to that.
I guess it's really shocking that she did go into to become a villain or turn to the villain side. But they could have had maybe another movie to explain that. Like or the next movie after this was her turn rather than actually turning.
Sorry, just stopping you there. Yeah. That scene with the flashback, I just do wonder, what did she do to her? Because the scene cuts before we see her what she did to the mother.
Maybe she crucified. Crucified? That's that. Oh no, that's when you get put on a stick. Cruciated. Used the Cruciatus curse. Crucified. Yeah, she used it. Why don't they can what?
He's an action man.
He's not though. How did he do this?
I don't know. Maybe he's picked up some skill.
How? In when? I mean, it's a great moment, but that's not his character. His character doesn't do that. He doesn't fight and struggle. He's a pacifist.
No, to be fair,
but his character's a pacifist. That's literally the point of it. I mean, it's just logical leaps, which is weird.
No, I don't mind that because. Sorry, I'm distracted by the scene again. I don't think Newt's a helpless person. I just think he's not meant to be so good.
Yeah, but he doesn't.
I mean, I can understand him punching a guy. I mean,
no, I don't. He's not that sort of a person. You wouldn't.
Oh, he's not. He's not that person. But he's also, if he has to save himself, he's gonna be able to do something like that at least. Whereas if it's against a duel.
Yeah, but even if he did do that, why didn't they? He broke out and then stopped, and they could have just instantly, immobilized him.
Yeah, but in the moment, I guess it's meant to be fun for visual entertainment. But yeah, well, with the flashback, yeah, I was just wondering where that cut went. But yeah, that's not important now. The main score.
What is this hallway? Why is this hallway so massive?
Not dangerous, you said.
But it's a really cool scene, and I like all the magic, but all the magic's the same colour, and that really annoys me. It's like, there's so many different spells in Harry Potter, and they're all different colours. Why are they all white?
Yeah.
If it was just more, even if it was just exactly the same spell and effect, but it was just maybe blue or orange or purple, it's that would have been a really cool sort of battle.
Yeah, I mean, do we have any visual idea of what other stun curses are? Because
well, in the books, yeah, but J.K. describes all the spells of being that's a golden spell, it's a red spell, it's a green spell. It's like everything is a different colour, and it's really sort of big and flamboyant sort of thing. And they don't show that, and it's really annoying because it'd be cool if there was like a firework display of battles. That would just be really cool to me.
Again. Yeah, a bit of a cheesy response. The this scene, considering this scene, it does make me wonder, and considering what happens in part 2, it does make me wonder if they're going to have any further interactions in the third film.
Oh, maybe, because now they're both on... But didn't he die? Oh, no, he didn't.
He's still on the same side.
I was thinking of the other guy. Yeah, I guess maybe. They probably are, because they're going to be in the same place, aren't they?
Hmm. I wonder if there's going to be a subplot where they tease a potential romance between the two, but we can all find out.
I hope not.
I hope not too, but I can imagine there being so, but then we find out that, yeah, she's still loyal to Jacob.
But she's loyal to Jacob, because that's why she joined the...
I just like that. What was there a curse for healing wounds?
What's his name? Snape does it in the 6th one.
What was it? Veritasa or something?
Veritas Hero. No, it's something weird Latin words.
I'm probably butchering it.
Well, there's a Pisky that fixes Harry's nose that Luna does.
Mm.
But yeah, there's loads of healing spells.
Yeah. Definitely hello symbol.
I think that might be a reference to like Harry Potter. I don't know. Do you know what I mean?
I'm not sure.
Subtle reference, you know.
I do wonder if people went, oh, when that scene happened. Because again, kind of spoiled because in the poster for Credence in this film, he has the symbol there. But I can remember some people in my theatre going, when they saw that symbol. Yeah, when they saw the symbol on the because they even draw out on the scene where he keeps it covered, and then when he says touch this symbol, then he reveals it. That's a cool pose for Newt there. He's trying to Batman it up. Simple response with immense difficulty.
Look, she smiled. What? What's happening?
A bit early, really. I know we're meant to be married in the books, but give it time.
That was a good, a good character moment for her. Like that, she's sort of like she's excited, and that sort of like she wants to be an aura, and that's her thing. And now she's really excited about doing it again by herself, which is like a nice little thing.
Yeah, this scene too, nice nod to the Diagon Alley, and I don't know what this spell is. Very useful though. But I do love, again as you said, I do love that this film. The entire film overall is just great at
Mina Lima did that.
Developing characters. Sorry, what?
Mina Lima made that character poster thing.
Really?
Yeah. Well, they make all the graphic design stuff.
Oh, cool. More Harry Potter related designs.
They do that. That's their jobs.
Oh, okay.
Mina Lima.
So I thought you were saying you and your partner.
No, Mina Lima.
Mina Lima, okay.
Not me and Lima. Mina Lima, the House of Mina Lima, the people who make all the Harry Potter and Fantastic Beasts stuff. They made that one. I'm just pointing out all the stuff they did.
Cool. Well, considering what the second one reveals, it probably could be true. In good use of humour. Giants do exist in the world.
It's Hulk in the comic run where he's like wearing a morph suit.
After,
That's not weird. Is that a person or is that like a CGI thing? That was weird.
That's probably a CGI hat or something. But yeah, I want to say that's Hulk after the MCU. He ran out of films. He's sort of drinking himself to death. Even Newt's like, do we want to talk about this in this kind of movie? And this is another great example of world building, but means central to the plot.
I don't like his hands.
Yeah, it's annoying that he's also CGI.
But look at his hands. His fingers go backwards. It's creepy, man. I don't like it.
Oh god,
yeah. Yeah, it's creepy, man.
I didn't even notice that before.
It's horrible.
And I always just said I didn't like his haircut.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't like CGI yucky stuff.
Yeah. Nice twist on the mob boss trope for the 60s films.
Because in the movies, all the goblin, because that's a goblin, isn't it? All the goblins were practical effects. They could have just done that. Like I said, they could have easily.
It's the obelisk. Damn it, little guy. You had one job and you couldn't do that.
I just noticed he's wearing a shoulder holster, but I'm not sure what's in it. Is it a wand?
It should be a wand,
but he's a goblin. He can't have a wand, but it looks like it might be a wand.
Yeah.
Because I think that if I made a Harry Potter character, he'd have a shoulder holster with a wand in it, because that's really cool.
Yeah.
It is a wand.
Oh, okay.
Look at that. But why has he got a wand? He's a goblin.
Well, to be fair, it's the past. Maybe there was the laws that they allowed it.
No, but surely in the past it would have been worse. Like the laws against goblins would have been like way worse. Maybe he nicked it.
Probably became more boss.
Yeah, he's a villain, isn't this? I do like this character, but it could have been
it's a suitable character. Effect. It's a suitable character for the story they're telling.
How the fuck do you know?
Yeah.
That is a good character. That is a good a good bit.
I like this bit too.
Oh, he's a Narlak. He's not goblin.
This bit's cool. Yeah, how to restrain from disapparating. So that's 3 laughs counted so far.
Funny. He banged his head.
Is she planning to punch Credence here?
I think so. Well, because he was holding it.
I don't know. I always wondered what. Sure, this entire thing doesn't need to happen, but I don't know. Part of me feels like I always thought that she was intentionally pushing it to Credence as opposed to who it should be, even though she said the woman belongs to her. But yeah, she sees him holding it. Yeah, she even says. Do love this bit though. God damn it, she gets what's coming to her.
Yeah, that is a cool.
Yeah, it's a cool reveal.
But she just said his mum was like an evil, wicked lady. So What?
Oh yeah. So yeah.
What? Who's that then? Who's that supposed to be?
Maybe we'll find out.
Exactly. That's like if she knows. I think this is a good bit because at first it looks like the little girl did it because she was like looking at it, but then it's like, whoa, it's Credence. No way.
Ooh. I didn't notice that there was a face in there.
Was that?
Yeah.
Well, you see a face later on. I never noticed it there before.
I couldn't think of the name, but when that was happening, that build-up moment was happening, I couldn't help but think of the Saw tune.
Oh, exactly. That's exactly what I thought. It does sound like the Saw theme tune. Yeah, it's pretty much identical. No one's like found that before. That's hilarious. Because I've told it to him. I'm like, guys, that's the Saw theme.
Again, the gang's all here. Why couldn't we gotten more of this?
Scooby Doo.
Where are you, Scooby-Doo?
Damn you and your pesky Niffler too.
Over here.
It's a weird like trait that they can predict things, or that they can see the predictable.
Yeah, it's an interesting direction for a magical creature.
Magical preacher.
Creature. Okay. That's nice. Oh my.
That's a cool shot, but
Still keeps its eye on him. Aww.
mummy.
Would you say that's practical? Because that looks like that quick shot there. It looks like he was sitting on something.
Well, he's definitely sitting on something, but
Oh yeah, but I can't think of what the name is. But that harness.
I mean, this is a good thing because this kind of has to be CGI, but this is a good use of CGI because it looks fine. It's just other times when it can be easily done with a practical effect, I prefer the practical over the CGI. But when they blend the both in a good way, then that's great. It's great, but
this moment. I mean, it's kind of stupid. It's funny. If only there was a magic spell that.
They can make the teapot do it.
Yeah, that too, though. This entire thing just feels overly complicated.
But I guess it's to do with fun.
Yeah, they do not to make it cool and action effects though.
This is a fun. I like this scene.
Yeah, the music.
It's very over the top, but I think that's
the point.
Yeah.
Again, just replace it with a sword, and this is George of the Dragon, essentially.
Have you seen the behind the scenes or the deleted behind the scenes when he does it and he smashes the pot?
Really?
Yeah, he gets it and he smashes the pot off of the handle. It's hilarious.
You just get mad. He doesn't know his own strength.
It's because they use real china.
What was that bug thing?
Oh, the billywig.
Yeah. So they didn't catch it in the end.
It's just a little billywig. It's fine. Like, that can be a practical thing, isn't it?
I like his jacket here.
Yeah,
it might just be the lighting.
I think it's the only time you see him just wearing the jacket.
Yeah. No, sorry. I mean, he's wearing a... Yeah, just like you were right, yeah.
Yeah, because he's wearing a coat before, but he's never just wearing his jacket.
Yeah, it's a nice brown jacket.
Yeah, because you never realise he's actually wearing a suit. Because he looks like he's wearing the waistcoat and the jacket. I always find it difficult to wear a suit jacket and then put a coat onto it.
Yeah.
Because I always try and put the coat on and then the shoulders just come up.
Yeah, going back to the jacket, he looks very Matt Smith in this bit. Almost almost a cross. He's wearing David Tennant's suit, but
with a bow tie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Matt Smith. It's Matt Smith after he's regenerated. This is like a lovely moment. Like if the rest of the movies were just all similar to this, we keep saying it over and over again, but it would be so nice.
Oh, tease for 2.
Oh look, this is all of her character development.
Yeah.
That's literally all of her character development. She doesn't get any. We'll get to that later, though.
Yeah, it's all explained in this, and this bit coming up.
This. What?
So what she's about to say is just... Sorry, we'll get to it. That's it. She was a taker. Yeah, all that set up there, from first impressions, I got the idea that they were setting up that she was going to be a troublemaker. That Newt was... That he was going to form a friendship with her, but then she was going to cross him somehow. That's what I got from this scene. So when you get to the next film, it just feels like... Oh, so...
It contradicts it.
Yeah, and also the fact that we never see what she did to get him in trouble in the next film at all, which is...
I think they will go on that, because that is a bit big bit that they kind of have to bring in at some point, but maybe it wasn't relevant to the story in the last one, so I'll put it in the next one.
I just find it hard to believe how it couldn't have been relevant in the next one, because that's the one where she's alive.
Yeah.
So again, it feels like they're going to have to do catch up to explain any of that, especially if she's not coming back, which would be make the most sense.
She is going to come back though. I really don't want her to, because she's, I think, the worst. She wasn't. In my opinion, she wasn't a great actress in the last one. Her lines were sort of phoned in a bit, and it was just it wasn't my favourite bit of the last movie, of the second movie. Sorry.
Yeah. This poor woman. Do we even get her name? Oh no, not her. The other one.
The young.
The young assistant.
The younger, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, sure, she was working.
No,
she was clearly aware, but she was just doing a job.
Mary Louise.
Oh, we do her name then.
No, I'm just kidding. It sounds like an American name from New York.
Oh, this bit. You know things are serious when you have to punch them.
Serious? This has been fixed yet?
I don't know. I'm just saying things. Yeah, I don't have anything else to add for this subplot. It's just... It doesn't... I guess at the end of the day, it does build up for the future of the direction they're going in, but it's just... It could have been handled so differently.
Yeah.
So, Grindelwald does know about his mother's fate. So, he's got to be. I mean,
Yeah.
you could twist that and say that maybe there's in some way possible. There isn't, of course, but there's a possibility that he is in some form telling the truth about his.
Well, I
heritage.
think he knows who the family is, but he's just lying to him to make him.
Oh yeah, he's got to be.
Because in the second one anyway.
Yeah, because again, all the lore points to it. There's no possible way he could be Dumbledore's lost brother. And if she all confirms it in the next one, I don't know what you're smoking, JK.
But I think that is the point of it was such a big reveal that was like so controversial. I think it was revealed to be to be a big moment in the last one, but it's going to be undone in the next one.
I hope so. This is a cool reveal.
It's creepy, the balls though. Is he like shaking? I'm like, oh no.
Oh shit. I chose wrong here. I shouldn't have punched him.
You were my brother, Anakin.
I loved you. Oh, you're dead. Well, you should be dead.
This is really like cool, like scary.
Mm. Yeah, why doesn't he kill him? I mean, I know we of course know he's important, but to Credence at this point, he's just a guy who betrayed him.
Mm.
So why doesn't he kill him right there?
I really like the sound design of the Obscurious one. It's just his voice screaming, but with a bunch of other noises. It's cool.
Yeah, clever use of mixing sounds to make them the best sound. They're taking the Chewbacca route essentially. His voice is made out of different animals.
It's fantastic beast, my friend. Him. There's a shot. I'm not sure if it's actually in the movie, but it's in the trailer where he jumps off like that. But he runs and jumps off the roof and evaporates and apparates, and it's such a cool shot. But I'm not sure if it's actually in it.
Again, this feels genuine. This doesn't feel rushed. It feels nice. Again, there's no really other words to say. Really, it's a great pacing for this movie, and the second one just undermines all of that. This shot's cool. Again, the effects.
You see the face in this one, I think.
Yeah, I love how he morphs. He really is a great actor. He really should have been fucking Grindelwald.
It might have been because Grindelwald is gay.
What?
He could be fucking Grindelwald.
Well, a little stutter there. Again, nice little character to add on. He's not completely confident. It's a bit more difficult than you think. I'm no fucking Scamander.
There's the face. So look, all the spells are white. It's like, make the spells interesting colour.
Well, it's a white and blue form.
It's white. It's just white. It's not any different. It's boring.
Yeah, I do wish they'd come up with more creative ways than just dual wands dueling.
But that's not duels work in Harry Potter. Like, the only time it's ever happened is with Harry and Voldemort, because their wands are connected.
Yeah.
That's why the streams connect. But the streams don't
stream connect.
Yeah, but the streams don't connect with the other duels. It just happens, and sometimes they deflect, but they don't connect. They deflect, not connect. Well, it's just like, I guess the thing, I was like, oh, let's put this in because it looks cool, but it's like, that's not how it works in the lore of Harry Potter. So that's annoying, but...
Yeah. That's a great scene. And
this is the one? Yeah, he jumps off and it's so cool.
Yeah, again, this action scene of disapparating while also catching a creature, this is more stuff I would love to see in the future.
Proper like Harry Potter action scenes. Like, you know how...
this is also new, it's new for Harry Potter, because we haven't seen this kind of scale of action happen
Yeah,
before.
especially with all the apparating, because like they apparate, but they don't apparate and then run and then apparate and then run. But like, you know how when we made our sort of stories up, I wanted a scene where there's like a proper chase with brooms in a city.
Yeah.
This is like sort of a little bit like this.
That'd be cool. Again, if people are curious about this story we came up that we keep mentioning, I mean, we've mentioned this twice now in a set of videos, but if anyone is curious to see this, just let us know. I'm sure we'll think of something way to explain it one day. That was cool.
There's a scene, like a cut scene from this, where he's like,
there's absolutely nothing to worry
yeah, there's
about.
nothing to worry about. Then like all the destruction happening. That's quite funny. But they cut it, which I guess it makes sense for pacing reasons.
Yeah, and you can tell it's a green screen.
Yeah, that was a really like horrible like composition in the trailer.
This bit's cool. I remember when people saw this scene in the trailer, people started going, "What is this? There's got to be more to this film than just magical monsters." I think someone said at one point that is it Voldemort related, but no, can't be. He's not. He's born this year, right? This year.
The year of this movie. How do they just do that spell? Should, like with the spells, you know, the talking spells. That spell has to be done with words, right?
Yeah.
You can't just do that spell. What would have happened if she didn't make it? Would she be cut in half or something?
Likely.
Proper creepy.
This is another great moment. Again, Newt's not a fighter. He's a zookeeper. So how does he tame his animals? He's skilled in the right ways where he can deal with them if they're a bit aggressive. But he talks to them. He talks to them. And as we'll see in the next scene, it's just great that he's not good. He's not a fighter. He gets beaten.
Yeah, really easily.
Yeah.
In the earlier scene with the sort of grunts, where he just sort of does a James Bond style escape, I was like, it doesn't seem like the sort of thing he can do. Maybe it worked if it was the other way around. It was Tina doing it because she's supposed to be an aura.
Yeah, no, I guess in hindsight, probably true. I hope they explore more of this in the third film.
What?
Newton Credence. Because again, I think going back to
did you have any scenes in the last one together?
No, well, technically they're meant to, because they have that scene in the cemetery, but they don't talk together. Again, it's all about the characters being there, but they don't do anything, because they want to focus on Lita. And this other subplot with Credence. We'll get to that. Yeah, I hope they give us more moments with these two. Yeah, it does. After you've noticed it, where they don't say the magic spells, it does stand out.
Yeah, but that's to me that's fine, because they're just stunning spells that, or just sort of regular spells that can be done without speaking. Like spells like that are sort of, they can be done, but like the big Protego spell, that has to be spoken.
Mm-hmm.
And like Graves or Grindelwald in this is such a powerful wizard, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't make a difference to him.
Yeah, that's true.
I really like this. This is really cool, like him just sort of whipping him with the lightning.
Intercut with the stress of the outside, because how is the Muggle world going to react to this? People are going to profit from it. People are going to suffer because of it.
Wow, him saying that is like really helpful, isn't it? Hey, take photos of this thing, and if he wasn't there, no one would have been taking any photos. You know what I mean?
Yeah, his dialogue is very forced. Yeah, I always did wonder about this bit. I mean, is he doing this right now to help Grindelwald? Is he doing this right now to help Newt?
Probably.
In that case, Tina, stop, don't interfere. Oh. That's a cool shot. I guess he wasn't doing it for nudes then. Probably just angry at everyone because he's under so much stress.
I've forgotten this bit of the movies. It's really cool.
Oh. Makes you wonder what this duel between him and Dumbledore might look like if that is what comes.
Yeah, they've got to make that amazing duel.
It's got to be. It can't be as good as the Dumbledore versus Grindelwald fight because that's apparently meant to be legendary. But if those two are going to clash in Fantastic Beasts 3, it's got to upscale. Another little flinch there. Even Grindelwald's like, yeah, I don't want to escalate this situation. Just stay still.
See, that bit is like, oh, is he still a good guy?
Again, if what could have been. Yeah, this feels like he should have died. Yeah, I do, because some people do say. Down this chair. But some people do say that this film feels very complete and that it didn't need a sequel. I do disagree, but I can see why they would think that.
But everyone was like, oh, Greenwich is dead, he's completely dead, no, and they were surprised when he came back. But there's a bit where you can see him wisping up and it's like, well, clearly not, clearly he isn't dead.
Yeah, watch the movie, common sense.
This does sound like a sort of Grindelwald speech from the second one. It does sound very like the way he's speaking.
He does really just show he really is good.
Yeah, no, but the way he's speaking here is exactly the same way Grindelwald speaks in the next one, which is I'm not sure if they meant it on purpose, but it's a nice sort of touch. That we notice it now that we've seen the first one.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know why, but I really like that the fact there's a big light on him. I don't know, I just think it looks nice.
Nice little touch that this is illuminating, so it wouldn't make sense to show it in the next shot.
But yeah, no one is. It is odd that no one's saying anything, and they just sort of.
Yeah, again, it's like when they do it so much, you take notice of it. This bit's great. Again, he's integral, but he's not. He's not having to deal with it.
Why did she say Accio and not Expelliarmus?
Oh,
It would have been better if she said Expelliarmus, because they hadn't used that spell in this movie yet.
Well, to be fair, she was trying to.
But she disarmed. Yeah, but you can do that when Expelliarmus. When they say Expelliarmus, they catch the wand all the time, or anything. So I don't know why they didn't just use Expelliarmus in that scenario. Oh my god!
I had no idea.
Who's this boy with a moustache?
Except every outlet at the time said he was in it, so no surprise.
It's David Bowie. Look at his eyes.
Oh, don't dare compare Johnny Depp to David Bowie.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
His look just...
Right. What does he say here? What does he say to him? What? What do you mean?
Yeah, I do wonder what that's meant to imply. Is it meant to, I don't know, mean that maybe he, at some point, our suppression is just making us wither and die, or something?
But it's such a stupid line.
Who knows, maybe after...
I didn't even realise what he said in the... After I watched it, I was like, huh?
Maybe after Fantastic Beasts 5 we'll make sense of it.
Do we die just a little? Maybe it means something to do with Credence.
I don't know, it's got to be something more personal to that.
So there he is. There's Credence.
Yeah, and
going away.
And Newt recognises him.
Ah.
Again, going back to what I said earlier, sorry, but when he was... Newt Scamander beats Grindel in Duel.
But yeah, this one has got loads of beasts in it, and then really nice ways of including them. And the next one they just sort of shoehorned in a bit.
Yeah. This moment just beautiful. Again, we've only had 2 scenes, I think, with him, and yet we just feel this connection. And his acting, Eddie Redmayne, you were perfect casting, and everyone too. This entire roster. Music. I can't praise this movie much enough. It's just so beautiful.
Yeah. Well, I suppose that much.
I love this bit.
A bird.
I think this music.
No, music... I said a bird.
Oh. But yeah, this entire sequence, I just love it.
I don't know why, but I was imagining the How to Train a Dragon theme to start. Dun, 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 dun. It's the Thunderbird in it.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm feeling chills right now.
This music sounds like a Danny Elfman music. That's why I said he should do the music, because this sounds like music from like Edward Scissorhands.
But it feels so heartwarming.
It feels like a Christmas movie from the 90s.
Probably. I haven't seen that in a long time, but
mate, they should make one a Christmas movie. That'd be great.
Maybe. Depends if they can write it good. Do you think he still remembers, or was this? Is this
I think that scene. Yeah, it's implying that he's forgotten.
Okay.
Forgetting.
And considering Jacob has his baker later, maybe he went back with those orbs to pay for it.
Eggs.
Yeah, whatever they're called.
It's an egg of a creature.
This entire scene, it's clever how they utilise the wizards fixing everything. Although again, it kind of reinforces that they're not saying magic; they're just waving their wands. But still, wonderful scene.
Yeah, they could just be saying Rapara, because that's literally the spell.
Yeah, even they don't even have to. We don't even have to hear them. Just have them say the words, and we just hear their mouths moving. It's small details like that could have worked.
But I guess that is just like nitpicking, isn't it?
Yeah. Thank you for all your help. Now get out. To be fair, you owe me a debt.
I helped. Come on, guys.
I mean, I don't wonder why he does just move to Britain, but at the same time, yeah, this is his home.
Yeah, he's got his own bakery.
Yeah.
They didn't show the bakery in the last one, did they?
No, they didn't.
No, I want to see his bakery again. I want to see him cooking in the bakery. I think did I cry in this? Well, I might have shed a little tear in this scene. It's very sad.
Yeah, this again. This another great scene that reinforces how great these characters are together. And this scene in general, it just feels in the next one, it just feels undercut because this entire scene is building up that he's not going to remember. And there's going to have to be some very skillful writing to figure out how they get back together in the next film. And in the next film, I remembered.
But that was inevitable though.
Yeah, because they do.
It was to make it sad in the end, then to make a sad moment. But then in the sort of last scene sort of thing.
Yeah, to be fair, they do imply in the end of this one that he does possibly remember.
Oh yeah, because of course they do, because he's cooked all these pastries are the same shape as like the animals, and then he sees her and he's like,
Yeah, but at the same time, it would have been more artificial had they maybe run across each other, or maybe in some form they meet and he begins to remember. If we'd seen it, it'd been more believable, I guess, more accepting. Whereas in the actual film, it's just, hey, Newt, I'm back, I remembered.
I remember because I was watching a thing about it, and because he remembers because he only forgets bad memories. But someone said it would have been better if he remembered because of how strong his love was for her. That would have been like a nice sort of thing, because like that is a sort of very common theme in Harry Potter, that love trumps everything.
Yeah.
So like if his love for her and the experience together like made him remember, that would have been a really nice sort of thing that they could have explained maybe. But they kind of did in the end of this.
Yeah.
It's mostly implied because of that, I think. But this is a very sort of sad.
I mean, it's a great end. It's a great send-off scene for Jacob in the first film. No words. Another clever trick for the umbrella. Eddie Redmayne must be very happy that when he saw this bit. Like, yeah, my idea caught on. Another nice little continuation there. He still has the scar from earlier. And the fact that Tina looks at Newt there could just be me thinking it, but nice little possible that she might have an interest in him too.
She does, because they get married. Do you know that?
Yeah.
Wow.
I never know that. But yeah, it's subtle things that matter. Another great bit here. The moment he reverts back to his old self, the classic 60s music plays.
Well, it's not 60s, it's 20s.
It's 20s.
Yeah, his theme comes back on again.
Yeah. All the whimsical stuff moves on, and he's back to the old ways. What the?
It is funny though. Like it goes from really sad to like funny, which is but it's like in a nice sort of easy way.
What the fuck did I do in the last 24 hours?
How did I get here? The end.
Yeah. You know, if the shot stayed on him and then faded to black, that would have been.
It would have been, yeah, but they still had some other things to sort of.
Oh yeah.
Catch up on.
If this was not a Harry Potter film and it had ended there, that would have been nice. You're a lucky man. Wow, the luck he must have thought he had when that happened. Yeah, those are definitely Matt Smith trousers.
Wow, string. Very helpful.
I didn't notice that before. And he's got a scarf on.
I want to get a scarf like that, but the ones I've seen are really rubbish.
Yeah, I've got my Ravenclaw scarf, but obviously considering the weather we've had lately,
Yeah, you don't need it really. But it's a nice little design for a scarf. But it's just any of the ones that I've seen for sale are just like the wrong shapes, the wrong colours, the wrong materials. Like,
ooh. Yeah.
wow!
Roll credits. That's a good title. Mind if I borrow that? You know someone's interested when they notice that detail. Again, set up for what is completely different in the next film.
I think it's one of the sort of like biggest questions everyone had at the end of this. It's like, what is Lucid Strange, and how did the stories tie in? But then the second one happens, and it's like, so you I don't care.
Yeah, because I might be remembering this differently, but this seems to imply they haven't seen each other in years. Yet the next woman says that, you haven't been around for dinner lately.
It's like, I do. How are you? It's like, and but it's like really close up. We'll get to that.
Yeah. This is nice. Again, I would have loved it if the next film had just been those two meeting up again to give it the book. Or maybe they run into each other and he says, how's the book going along? Oh, it's still writing, but I'm still planning to give it to you.
Her character never really sort of sold me in this, but at the end, in this scene, when she's laughing and like that's when I was like, I like her character now.
Yeah, I definitely want this moment that kind of set me up that, I want these two to end up together. Because they've had this journey together. They've both clearly had experiences through it, and they've changed.
But then in the next one, what she does really sort of...
They just give her the old, I thought you were dating this girl subplot now.
That one I get, but it's like her character just sort of goes nowhere because she does like...
Yeah, she doesn't really develop.
Yeah.
She just finds out that Newt isn't in a relationship with Tina. No, with Rita. It just feels like an unnecessary subplot. But again, get to that.
He's got a van. So sorry. I just punched the mic. He's got a van. At least I punched the mic and not my drink.
That's better. Yeah. I wonder if they sell any of these guys in the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. Because I went there before, or roughly around the time the film came out.
Where?
These little bread things.
Yeah, but where?
Don't they have a little store in the theme park? In Orlando?
Oh yeah, but I don't think they have these.
Oh, I hope they do. There's free in the background. Is that a nod to free? A bagel's going to be involved somehow?
What?
Do I know
Is that a wand? It's a oh my god, it's a baguette magique. That means magic wand in French.
Huh.
A baguette magique. See that he's remembering. He's like, she's very pretty. I'm scratching my neck. Sorry, I'm just rambling at this point.
Roll credits, and this music too.
I'll say it now, but in the next movie, my favourite bit is actually the end credits.
Yeah,
the music is amazing, and the nice imagery is cool.
Yeah. So what you can take away from this is that at the end of the day, the Fantastic Beasts films, the score was the best thing all the way through. But yeah,
it's better than I thought it was, because that is a nice sort of revelation. I like all the background things in this in the credits, with all the different beasts.
Yeah, retains what the film is about.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was Fantastic Beasts.
That was fun.
Yeah. So, after viewing that, what would you say is your overall verdict for the first film? Again,
It's a really nice, like, some of it is the new Tina and Queenie and Jacob. Their story is really like nice and wholesome and sweet. But there are some things that obviously with any movie that kind of just take away from it. But the fact that it does lead into a more dark story is kind of a shame, because it would have been nice if it was just a nice romp series of finding beasts.
Yeah, you can tell this is JK's first screenplay, because there's clearly a lot of good stuff in this, but there's some weak stuff that comes with it, which is expected. The only bitterness to it is that the dark stuff does feel a bit odd at points, and we noticed some small editing problems, but again,
weird editing choices.
Yeah, with this film, the good stuff clearly outweighs the bad.
Yeah.
Whereas the latter film that comes after is definitely the weakest one, because it feels like she didn't learn. She doubled over.
It's just got too many plots and characters that really mean nothing and go nowhere.
Yeah, but we'll get to that at the end of the day, I guess. But it just heads just to see something different, because it's definitely a worth see story. It's just the direction. If they should have planned this out if this was going to be a trilogy, which is what we thought at the time until they announced 5, this should have been a well thought out story, because this film feels very self-contained, and that works for this film. It's the sequels.
If there were some things that were taken out of this, like the Grindelwald stuff, it could have easily been its own movie. Like Graves was just Graves, and he was just evil, like an evil, corrupt person. That could have just been a cut and dry. What's the phrase? Like a story that just sort of like its own thing, and it didn't need to go on.
Yeah,
cut and dry. I think that's the phrase.
But yeah, that's our overall verdict for Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Thank you for joining us for this first commentary, and we hope to see you in the next one.
I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, and thank you again for the 1 year of entertainment. It's been great just to do this stuff with you all, and we hope you like to tune in next time. But yeah, we'll see you next time.
Bye bye.